There we go. That's all set up and live. Hello, everyone. I'm going to be doing the live stream obviously at 8 o'clock, so now. Sorry I'm a little bit late starting off the live stream. I quickly needed the toilet before I started. Do I have an SD card in the thing? I don't know. So I'm just going to set up everything. As I've not had a chance to yet, but I've been asleep through like a good portion of today, so I'm well rested, which is good. So I just need to set up the camcorder, light candles, switch on Spirit Talker, all that lot, and the lights will be off again, and then the investigation will begin. So let's get everything set up. Probably grab another drink as well. Right, is this SD card empty? That is the question. It might be. Because if it is, then that means I will use this SD card in the camcorder. Oh, okay, this is still saying that it's full, and that's because I've not actually what was? I don't know what that was. Cycle bin, empty. There we go. So just emptying that. Check the SD card is now empty. Yes, it is, which is brilliant, because that means I can use this SD card. I know it's definitely empty for the investigation. Put that on the read board. Put that back in here. Yeah, sorry, everything isn't already set up. Because I needed to go to the toilet. And I've been having a nap throughout the day. Not on the thing. Move that up there. Get rid of that notification. Move the camcorder. That. You're about 11 days in. I don't think I've started bang on time for any investigation yet. Now, will the usual error occur? Probably is the answer. Look that in. Unplug that one. That's the plasma ball then set up. Switch on cat balls. I'm going to put the ball into the stairs again. There we go, grab another drink. Camcorder will be recording in a moment. Then I've not put the bear in the. I've not put the battery in the bear just yet. We'll turn that so it's like this. Check that you can see. I have to move this way. Yeah, you can see everything. Then put that into night vision, and then there we go. We are recording in night vision. Now, hopefully, that's all good and charged, and then sort out the bear. Get all the bears going. Then we'll put on Spirit Talker. And lights off. What I could do is putting the blanket down quickly. While Spirit Talker's loading. There we go. And then Spirit Talker is now officially on. So the investigation has officially begun. It is about 8:10 at night. So, you know, I'll label this as an 8 o'clock investigation, even though it's starting a little bit later. There we go. I'm going to sort out this blanket a little bit more. So yeah, so hope that you find it interesting. Because that's the purpose of the investigations, you know, just to, you know, it's an investigation into whether or not the paranormal exists. And, well, you know, I wouldn't say hope you find it entertaining, because I don't think investigations should be entertainment. Oh, the bear's flashing. That might be me, though, moving around. But good test to see if you can see that on the live stream. So I'll tilt that down a bit more. Probably tilt you a little bit more that way. Let's see. So I'm going to move the bear now. I think you can see the bear, can't you? If I put it there, probably tilt it down a bit more if possible. Yeah, I think that's good. Right, so the bear flashing is because I've just moved it. One of the candles has gone out. I've determined that there is a bit of a settling period with the bear.
Did you hear us?
I did not hear you, Spirit, no. It took a while to say that. Yeah, so there is a settling period there. I don't know how long it is that it takes to settle, because it's inconsistent. Sometimes it flashes after a certain amount of time, sometimes it doesn't. But like I say, oh, there you go. Thank you very much, Spirit. If that was you who did touch the bear, because I didn't move then. So if you touch the bear, thank you very much. Again, should point out, one, with bear flashing just now, it hasn't been too long since I've been moving around it. And two, I would say it's still in the settling period. And three, the battery as well. It's the same battery I've used for the past 10 days. So this is day 11 of the same battery. I will keep on using that battery. If there is an hospital, okay. If there is an investigation where the bear starts flashing constantly, and I'm like, you know what, the battery's probably a bit kaput, then that is when I'll swap it out. Right, there we go. Should be all good. Hand is on planchet. Everything is set up. It feels quite cold in here today, but you know, it is October. Mid-October now, pretty much. There you go, the bear's arm's flashing again. Thank you very much, Spirit. If that was you who did light up the bear, can you light up the other arm? Because that other time it's just lit up. I'm like, I don't know if that's down to settling period. Well, it just said died. Did you die in a hospital, Spirit? That's it. If it was you who lit up the bear and not just settling period, etc., you know, make me believe it was you. Light up the other side of the bear, that left arm. That other side. Can you light up that, or can you light up the legs? The legs haven't lit up at all. If you light those parts of the bear up, then that will have me believing a little bit more that it's you that is lighting up the bear. But I'd still say that even though I wasn't really moving around anything at the time, the arm lighting up just then, I think I'd still put that down to just, I forgot what I call it. Yeah, can't remember what I call it. Jesus. That's one of the few religious words that's actually said. Settling period. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, so even though it had been a little bit of time, I'm still putting that arm down to settling period. If it goes off now, though, through the investigation, like within the next hour or so, if you make that arm light up again, or any other part of the bear, I'm going to put that down to that it was actually you who lit it up. Especially if I don't move anything, because, you know, I mean, the candles might go out and things during the investigation, but, yeah, come on, Spirit. There's an interesting that it's not something about portals since I've put the mirror out. I mean, there is already a mirror in this room behind me, but, you know, it's one of those I'm just like, There's a lot of me pushing. I mean, granted, I'm not going to call out to anything particular today. Or at least not this investigation. I will next investigation. But yeah, because obviously mildly spooked because of the accident I was nearly in.
You're okay here.
You're okay here. Thank you very much, Spirit. See, that's interesting. Just as I'm about to say about the, you know, going to work the other morning in a taxi and it nearly getting hit by a tram, and then somebody says, "You're okay here." I'll say, "Yes, I am okay. Thank you very much, Spirit. Thank you." Does that mean there are spirits here that are protecting me, and they can't protect me outside, perhaps? I don't know. Like I say, like that, nothing actually happened. It was just a nearly happened situation, which I'm putting down to coincidences. You know, early morning dodgy taxi driver. Depends on what your locus of control is. You know, if it's internal locus of control, you're very much like, you know, you tend to be like, if I put the work in, then that is going to cause a result. External is it is just destiny kind of thing. So if you have internal, you'd be like, oh, it was the taxi driver is dodgy, therefore accident nearly happened. External being is bigger things at play. Circle. There's a circle of candles, Spirit. There's a circle of candles with a mirror in the middle of it. You can use the mirror as a portal if you need to. Either one of the mirrors you can use as a portal. If that will help you communicate. Yeah, if that helps you light up the bear. Once I've got the plasma ball lit. We're on day 11 now of the 28-day cycle, so in theory, activity should light up. No, not activity. It just shows how much my mind is on just lighting up the bear and balls. But activity should occur more frequently. Because walk back. I can't go backwards, Spirit. I'm sat on the floor with a chair behind me and a wall behind that chair. I can't walk backwards. There is a mirror behind me though, so I don't know whether or not you're referring to the fact that there is a mirror behind me. But yeah, so as I was saying, 28-day cycle, we're on day 11, and you know, that day 10.
I worked here.
You worked here? I don't think there was a workplace here, but there might have been close to here. I feel like one of the buildings kind of like on the end used to be something. I don't think this particular building used to be anything else, Spirit. Yeah, so about halfway through, 20 days, a little bit early, and already had a day of weird coincidences. You know, it was day 2 of calling out particular things, and you know, now you've got the bear lighting up occasionally. Because the first 9 days, I, you know, didn't even have to say, oh, that was me moving around near the bear, causing it to light up. It was just a case of it just wouldn't light up. Whereas now it's lighting up occasionally, but not to the point where I'm like, oh, that was definitely the spirit. That could have been me. But I'm just like, but then for the first 9 days, you didn't have that happening. So, like you say, paranormal thrives on coincidence. So with the bell lighting up now, is it a coincidence? Is it not a coincidence? I don't know. This is why we investigate. Because if you get enough coincidences, then that forms a pattern, and therefore no longer is a coincidence. So, yeah, I do still need to cover up that bin, I keep thinking that I do see, like, shaped things of marble. No marble that I can see here, Spirit.
Positive.
Positive? Are you saying that you work off positive energy? It's quite difficult investigating sitting down on the floor. I will say that because
I'm with my children.
you're with your children. Okay. Can you give any names? Can you name your children? Are your children here now? I'm assuming they are if you're with your children. That's a stupid question. What are the names of your children, Spirit? But yeah, as I say, it's difficult investigating sitting down because obviously you can get a bit tired sitting down because you
I died in the war.
rest. You died in the war. What happened to you in the war? How did you die, Spirit? There's a particular thing because that is something that it does keep saying occasionally. Again, we're hitting the usual threads, which it says. So the thread so far, and with my children, I died in the war. These are both fairly constant things that it's saying with narrative, like certain narrative threads. Can you say how you died in the war, Spirit? Or can you say which war?
You see me.
You see me. Okay. I don't know what you're about, Spirit. Months ago, maybe, when I was investigating, but I've not properly seen anything since then.
Battery.
Battery. Okay, nothing's died, but straight away I looked towards the direction of the camcorder, being like, is that about to die? Because obviously we have had an investigation where I had to cut it short because after about half an hour, I think, half an hour, 40 minutes, because the camcorder died, and because I forgot to plug it in. None of the candles have gone out. The fair, as far as I'm aware, is still working. I'm not going to test it just because, again, settling period. It'll kick back in. And then the cat balls are drained. I need new cat balls. I've only got 2 working ones, and I wouldn't class them as working. Because you pick up the cat balls and they won't go off. You need to give a good shake. Yeah, I don't see you, Spirit, but if you are effectively communicating through this device, and I do hear you. Yeah, as I was saying, like, if you're stood up in an investigation, it's a lot better because you can properly, make gestures and things, and you can walk around. You can put energy into the room through doing all of that. Whereas obviously sitting here and just getting drained. Roberts. Is that your name? Sounds like a last name, Roberts. I think I had a teacher whose last name was Roberts. That was years ago. Yeah, but obviously, because the reason I'm sitting down in this room, so then is on camera for the camcorder. Plus, it's a small room I'm in. I feel like a lot of investigative teams, if they were to investigate this room, would probably just sit in a chair or something like that. Plus, obviously, I've got the layout looking a bit seancey. Stuart? Is that your name, Stuart Roberts? If that's your full name, light up the bear. Because like I say, anytime that bear lights up, it's kind of a solid confirmation that something you've just said is correct, you know? Or something the app's just said is correct. See, I feel like one reason why the plancher probably doesn't move at all is because I find myself putting loads of pressure on it. Because I just get distracted by the word after things. Because it's like, you know. All that noise is just me moving the planchette around. Just check out everything. Yeah, you can still see plasma ball and there, all that on the screen. Come on, Spirit. You've been quiet for a little bit of time now. Now light up the bear if you want. Or you can light up the balls. Make a noise. Move the planchette on the board. There's a lot that you can be doing.
Scared.
Scared? I'm not scared, Spirit. And you don't have to be scared. Because I find one thing that happens quite often when Torn Spirit is that they say they're scared because they don't want to make people scared. Torn Spirit, so I'm not scared and you're not going to scare me if you do anything. Why are you scared? Assuming it's you who is scared. Because I'm not.
Mist.
Mist? You can try to appear as a mist if you want, Spirit. I don't know whether or not the camcorder will pick that up if it does appear as a mist. One point to note, it did seem like the planchette just very suddenly jolted. I don't know if that was me or not. I'm assuming it was me, but I don't know how. That's why I just kind of looked from side to side because I don't know what movement I did. But I just felt like it suddenly went like very sudden, kind of to the side. Not to any like letter or anything like that, but
Religious.
religious. Are you religious, Spirit? I'm not. So I'm willing to push it. Oh, one of the candles has gone out. Just gonna light one of the candles again because we've still got a good 45 minutes of investigation to go. It's only just begun, really. Very interesting that it said Jesus earlier, and it said religious. Are you a religious, Spirit?
The devil is real.
The devil is real. It said that once before. And again, all these religious words it's chucking out are very interesting. Why are you telling me the devil's real, Spirit? Because that's a very weird thing to just bring up randomly, you know?
Prove.
Prove? Do you want me to try and prove that the devil is real? Or are you going to try and prove it? Yeah, the best way for you to prove it would be for the bear to light up. Because it hasn't lit up substantially at all. So if that suddenly goes crazy, if it falls over, something like that, then yeah, absolutely.
Angry.
Angry. This is an interesting chain of words, isn't it? Religious, the devil is real, prove and angry. Are you angry, Spirit? That I'm trying to prove it? Or that I want you to prove it? You don't have to be angry. Come on, Spirit.
Kevin.
Kevin? Are you called Kevin? If your name is Kevin, then please light up the bear. Light up the balls. There is a ball at the top of the stairs. I've remembered to put it there today. Push that down the stairs. It'll make a loud bang when it hits the floor, and that, if you want to scare me, that'll do it. Look and see how cold it was on the thing. Because it is feeling cold today. And granted, I'm just sat here literally in my pyjamas in the living room at 8 at night, and we don't have any heating on. So, of course it is cold. But, like I say, October, middle of October, Yeah. Just think, because I'll get to about day 20 of investigating, and then it'll go a bit weird for a few days. Because I do have a couple of friends staying over, and they might want nothing to do with this, especially as one of them will be staying in this room. So that might be a case of I've got to put everything away for a few days. But then I'll resume again by the 25th.
Dominant.
Dominant. Is Kevin a dominant spirit here? Because again, it's an interesting chain of words. Religious, the devil is real, prove, angry, Kevin, dominant. They all seem, and it could just be me projecting onto the words, etc., but they all seem somewhat connected. Because you've got religious, you've got the devil is real tying in with religious directly. Prove could be proving about the devil being real. Angry could be angry about proving the devil is real. Kevin could be the name of the spirit that is angry about it. And dominant could just be saying that Kevin is potentially a dominant spirit, or that obviously the devil being dominant spirit, or something like that. It's not often you can look at a good, that's what, 6 words?
Blacksmith.
Blacksmith. Was Kevin a blacksmith? Could have been. He said he worked here. Earlier on I worked here in our blacksmith. So this is a very interesting word list where it's seeming like certain things are connecting to one another. Because in previous work, granted I've been quite tired the past few sessions, so my brain's not really been making any potential connections like that, but it's interesting just to look at the list now and be like, oh, these are all kind of tying into one another. Obviously some stuff isn't, like I died in the war, etc., unless the blacksmith died, I don't know, but because in theory this could be what, like 2, maybe 3 spirits talking?
Don't provoke us.
Don't provoke us. You've got again, that ties in with the whole proving everything, where I'm just like, are they angry that I'm trying to prove things? And that I am pushing it, and it's saying, don't provoke us, because I've been pushing it. If any of this is right, Spirit, light up the bear. You know, do something like that as confirmation. Make something fall, just to, you know, make something out of the ordinary happen, if I am at all right with any of this. So obviously at the moment, I'm just kind of sitting here, you know, not like making it, but, you know, trying to make connections. But I'm not having any confirmation to anything. So Spirit, if you are here, if this is genuinely a conversation from you,
Massey.
yeah, it's massive, but it's Maisie. Yeah, if any of this is accurate, light up the bear. You know, something like that. My throat just suddenly died. My thumb feels like it needs to click. Which has been doing all day. It's been weird. Grabbing the candle. If the bell goes off, it's because I've just grabbed the candle from right behind it. Oh my god, another candle's going out. From over there. I need more candles at this rate. But I will say, my family is becoming quite spooked by all this now. And really quite concerned and think that I've lost the plot.
What is in your hand?
Well, it was just a candle a moment ago, Spirit. It was a candle that I had in my hand. But yeah, that's weird timing. As I'm actually, you know, moving things about, suddenly, what's in your hand? What are you doing? I'm just like, it's a candle. You should know what a candle is, Spirit, surely. They've been around for quite a while now. There we go. Grab that. I'm just going to blow out this candle. Because that one was pretty much out.
Nobody talks to us.
Nobody talks to you. Although that candle might actually go out again shortly. I think that we're finding a bit dodgy. No one talks to you. I've been talking to you for
I'll throw something.
Well, I said, do it. Throw something, Spirit. Throw something. I've been talking to you for the past 10 days, Spirit. Go on, throw something. That'll be good. Throw the bear. Or throw the ball down the stairs. Throw one of the balls off the side there. It'd be so interesting to see how frequently words pop up. Because obviously I'm going to do this experiment through a month. And then I'll stop with the experimenting in the lives and all of that for a good couple of months. While I then analyse everything.
Memories here.
Memories here. What memories, Spirit? But yeah, so I'll analyse everything. And then do some work post analyse it. And it'll just be really interesting to see how that shapes up with other word lists. And see how these threads, like how often are the threads popping up in each word list? Have they been coming up in other word lists? Has anything been said in other words that has not been said at all here over the last 28 days? Because then, like, if I was to sort of investigate somewhere else, and it was to say, I don't know, something to do like Vikings, etc., because it's done that before at other locations, they're like, ooh, that is to do with that location, and that has nothing to do with this location. Although it'd be funny if it's just, well, that'd be a test, wouldn't it, if it does hear you, if it suddenly says that. Because, I mean, look, it's not said anything about... I mean, it said a little bit about dates and ages and what, but not much at all. It's been quite light on the names as well, I think. Yeah,
The forest.
the forest. Okay, so that's, he's given like a... But again, I think he said stuff about forest before here. Because it said, I'm in the trees, right? During the last investigation. But it's not saying anything you'd expect it to say. It's like regarding like illness and things. It's not saying anything about that. I know it has said stuff about that in other locations. So it'd be interesting to look through all the lists I've done here and compare it to this one and be like, oh, it's more of the same. Or, oh no, it's different. Because if it's different, that implies that the app is going through updates, etc., which changes things up, let's say. Because that could be the trick to it. If it's a faked app, that could be the trick.
People.
People? This is why I use Spirit Talker, because it's usually quite obvious when an app is fake. Because it'll just say loads of negative words, loads of spooky words. And this app doesn't do that. Yes, it does have slightly spooky theme, and it used to have like where the words are shown now. It used to have like a coffin thing, and you know, it's got that misty skull. But at the end of the day, it doesn't do a proper. It isn't doing the full spooky thing like other apps like Necrophonic and Necro something or other. I can't remember the name of it. It's basically the Necrophonic version of Spirit Talker. You know, that app says the words like Golem, and Necrophonic, you've got loads of whales and, you know, like wailing sounds and whatnot. I was like, it's clearly iffy. Like, I don't trust that. But with this, it's just standard female voice saying these words, and they're not.
We won't harm you.
We won't harm you. That's nice to know, Spirit. But they're not. I mean, yeah, you do have various things like the devil is real. We won't harm you. Things like that, where I'm like, don't provoke us. Where I'm like, yeah, maybe it's fake. That seems somewhat really generic and somewhat spooky. But then you've got random things like the forest. In Grant's Forest, forest can be spooky location, but memory is here. Nobody talks to us. People, I'm like, these are random words. Where I'm just like, they're not your typical spooky. Like dominant, that's not a particularly spooky word. That's not something I'd expect for this to say if it was like faking things. So I'd expect it to be slightly more kind of like graphic and gruesome and just overall more spooky, you know? Saying more typical things to do with old time periods and, you know. If it said blacksmith, that's not a spooky word. If it said like medieval, or castle, or torture, things like that, then I'd be like, yeah, but I mean, it can say that, but it hasn't done. And that's why I'm like, is it fake? Is it not fake? Is it random words? Is it not random words? Because it seems like it's coming out with a pattern, so it's clearly detecting something. And this is why you compare between locations. Because if it starts saying the same things in one location, which as shown the past 10 days, it said the same narrative. Analysed. Look at that. I've just been like discussing through analysis of word lists, and then it says analysed. That is impressive. Because the app doesn't listen to you. That's the one thing that I've determined. My uncle's had a look at the code and he's determined it is not sophisticated enough to listen to you and throw out things. You know, looking at the past 10 investigations, I've been waffling on about all sorts. This is rarely given a direct response to anything I've just been randomly speaking. And then I talk about analysing the word list and how to go about doing it and why to do it, and then suddenly it says analysed. And I didn't say the word analyze at all. So that is a case of it's listening. If it listens to you, which it isn't, it would have had to listen to a whole bunch of me rambling to then throw out that word. Again, the paranormal thrives on coincidence. Is that a coincidence?
C.
C as in SEA. Unless it was like meaning C as in SEE, like C, look, it is real. Yeah, that was just C. But yeah, this is why Spirit Talk has me stumped. Because you'll have moments like that where you'll be waffling on and you'll say something relating to what you're saying. And I was saying, this is why you compare words locations, because there's been a clear narrative with Spirit Talker in this location for the past 10 days about children, about a female presence who is
It's
potentially
me they see.
threatening. It's me they see. Okay? Who sees you, Spirit? Because it's a house. Like, there's me and my mum here. No one else really has a chance to see you, and I've not seen you, at least lately. Like, there's spirits I've seen in the past, potentially, but... So who sees you, Spirit? But again, that could be just be trying to correct it from C to C. Because, when it said C as in SEA, I said, oh, maybe that's an error. Maybe it meant to say C as in SEE. And then the next thing is, it's me they see. So maybe it's just been trying to say C, and it's just kind of been botching it. As in, like, maybe a C it is real kind of thing. It's, it's me they see could be translating to, look, the app is communicating with it.
You're aware of me.
You're aware of me. This is direct responses. Because again, just as I'm saying, oh, maybe that it's the spirit saying to the app, oh, look, it is the app that is communicating with the spirit. They did spells. Again, the they did spells could be like referring to the app misspelling things. I'm now looking at a really vague thing. I know you could be saying I'm reaching here when it's saying this, but again, the paranormal thrives on coincidence, and this is now a pattern. And I've got it recorded on the camcorder, I've got the audio recorded on the live of me talking through it, and it somewhat responding as I'm talking through it. Because just as I'm saying, oh, maybe it misspelled C as SEA, and then they wanted to amend it to SEE, but botched it to have a full sentence, it then says you're aware of me, and then said they did spells, pretty much immediately after, which could translate to, again, slightly tweaked version of the spirit misspelt stuff. Something like that, Because obviously the app only has certain words in that it can say. It's not the spirit putting letters together, I don't think, because it repeats words. But so that could be the closest to I misspelled things, that it could have said. Because I wouldn't expect the app to say spelling issue in it, or spelling error. But they did spells, in the context of what I was talking about, could be that. Alright, Spirit, if I'm having direct communication with you, you know what to do. Touch the bear, light up the bear, make that light up. That will be the absolute...
Above.
Above? Nothing above me, Spirit. If you're upstairs, come downstairs. If you're up there, come downstairs. Join the conversation, light up the bear. Like I say, we've just had a good bit of time of pretty much direct communication, because again, with me saying the paranormal thrives on coincidence, you've seen that whole conversation happen, where I'm waffling on, and that has said very related things to what I'm talking about. But obviously I've not said any of those words, so it's not taking what I've said and spat it back out. If it does listen, which I don't believe it does, it's had to look through the entirety of conversation, pick out the theme of that conversation, and throw that back out.
Billy.
Billy? Is your name Billy? The interesting is to see what names it's often saying here. Because I don't know how many times it said Billy. If Billy is here, can you light up the bear? But yeah, that whole bit, like between, well, a bunch of, there were a couple of times, weren't there, with the whole, because he did it earlier on with like the devil is real and whatnot. But this particular bit where it says analysed up to they did spells, like I'm gonna have to put that as a timestamp because that again 6 words, right? 5 words. 5 words worth of thing, and it can take a minute to say a word, so that's like 5 minutes maybe of conversation, maybe a bit more if it's taken longer than a minute, which I don't think it did, but where the app has just been in sync kind of with what I've been saying. It does that, like these little bursts.
You're being followed.
You're being followed. That's interesting, given the taxi incident. Okay, what am I being followed by, Spirit? Can you be more specific? What am I being followed by? Because I don't mind that. I like the company, you know? The company is good. But what have I been followed by? You've just been like giving direct responses for like 2 chunks of words worth of this app, so of this investigation. So come on, what am I being followed by?
Be careful.
Be careful. Again, this is like direct. Like, yeah, this is. Why should I be careful, Spirit? See, this is what I expect from the 28-day cycle. For it to have reached a point where it's suddenly like, you know what, we're actually going to talk to you properly now, we can communicate fluently. That's the point of the 28-day cycle. By the 28th day, you're supposed to have fluent spirit communication. Because your intent is there, you've made it well and truly clear that your intentions are to communicate with the spirit, so they are getting energy and being like, yes, we will talk to you. Why should I be careful, Spirit? Now this would be a perfect opportunity for you to repeat something that you said in the list. Come on, Spirit, why should we be careful? See, yeah, even with like when it said they did spells earlier, it could have been like oldie worldy speak of they did spells it wrong, you know? There's a way that fits in, and obviously it's not saying about witchcraft, so there's no reason to assume witchcraft related things with David's spells. But well, why should I be careful?
We're apprehensive.
You're apprehensive. I'm not 100% on the meaning of the word apprehensive, Spirit. I need to look that up when doing the word analysis. I'm being outsmarted by a spirit. To be fair, I should be, because they are all Mum. Interesting, especially it's the English spelling. I just think like it could just be an English person that's made the app. So you'd expect a lot of these kinds of apps to be American. Because we don't really discuss the paranormal in the UK. It's not an openly discussed topic. You've got. Most haunted is pretty much. Yeah, you've got most haunted. You've got My House is Haunted. They're the two fairly well known things in culture for paranormal stuff. But outside of that, I'm unaware of any paranormal, like well known paranormal teams for the UK. I mean, obviously you've got Ghosts of Britain, but they're just Facebook. They do little bits and pieces on TV, but
Wind.
that's interesting. I didn't mention it, but I did hear it creak to my left. So for it to have said wind, I'd have been like, that wasn't me. But like I said, I didn't mention it, so that really I shouldn't have mentioned it now, because that's just invalid. It's only validated when I've said it or I'm about to say it. But it is windy outside. I will say that. Yeah, you're being followed, be careful, they're apprehensive. Why should I be careful because you're apprehensive? Again, I don't know the meaning of the word apprehensive. So I need to look into that. It's a word I've heard, but it's one where you're like, no, I don't actually know the meaning of it. Can I have it in a sentence? You know? One of them. Doesn't apprehend. Doesn't like apprehending to gain. I don't know. Does it mean that iffy? I don't know. It's one of them. Oh, you've got a bit quiet now again, Spirit.
I like the forest.
You like the forest. You said the forest earlier, Spirit. Again, that's becoming a narrative. Stuff about the forest has kind of slowly crept in. But the
Night whispers.
night whispers. That's a weird one. I don't even know what that means, Spirit. Night whispers. That sounds somewhat poetic, doesn't it? It's kind of the impression you get from, if there's someone who likes walking around in the forest, and it said, I'm in the trees previous, like not today, but other investigations, it said that. So if there's a spirit that likes being in the forest and, like I say, it sounds poetic, just sitting up in a tree, writing down a poem, being like, oh, night whispers in the fair breeze, that kind of thing.
Lake.
Lake? You're suddenly talking a lot about nature, Spirit. Do you like being outdoors? Because this is a narrative, it's touched on, but it's not full on gone into it. Because again, you've got a kind of 4-word list here. Wind, I like the forest, night whispers, like, they're all things I'd associate with being outdoors and in nature. Even night whispers, I'd associate that with being outdoors and in nature just because of how poetic it sounds. And combined with forest and lake and things, it paints a very clear picture. Come on, Spirit, you've gone a bit quiet again now. Do you like being outside? Oh, one of my candles is going out. Yeah, for anyone watching currently, the footage will be uploaded to YouTube, and it's had some really good responses on Spirit Talk today. Like proper, I've been rambling on, and it's kind of given good conversation back to me about my ramblings on. Because there have been a good couple of segments where it's been about 6 words in a row. Each time where I've been like, you know what, they're all related to one another.
Heel.
Heal. Again, heal is kind of to do with the natural world. And yeah. See, these aren't really words that I can build on, Spirit. Because I'm not, you said heal, I'm not quite sure what to ask with that. Were you in need of healing? Again, it does sound somewhat poetic. Wind, I like the forest, night whispers like heal. It's like it's kind of telling a poem about. It reminds me of Harry Potter, of the scene in Prisoner of Azkaban where playing. You can play with the bear if you want. Yeah, I was about to say, it reminds me of the scene in Prisoner of Azkaban where Harry and Sirius are by the lake during the night and surrounded by a forest in need of healing. That's kind of what it's reminding me of when it said those words. Play with the bear. Play with the bear. If you want to play, but, 2 candles going out. The middle one's still lit. That candle's just gone poof. The back one's still just about lit, I think. And this front one's just gone out. Right, I'm gonna light that front candle. Just dripping wax everywhere. Oh, it's on the hour. I've got a good 15 more minutes or so. 15 more minutes. Maybe a little bit longer. We'll see.
Scroll.
No, I think I just pulled some liquidy wax on my finger. Scroll. Go forward. It said that as I was leaning forwards. Oh yeah, I just poured like liquidy wax over my fingers. Not like hot wax or anything, not really painful, just melted wax. So now my hands are all waxy. Go forward. Oh. If you just caught like a light on the live stream and on the night vision cameras, a car did just go past with its lights absolutely blaring. So that's what that would have been, with the room lighting up a little bit. Go forward. I can move forward a little bit, Spirit. In terms of I can look into the mirror ahead of me. I'm gonna sit like this for a moment. Just stare into the mirror, do like a little bit of scrying, as it were. Come on, Spirit, can you appear in the mirror? Oh, but both arm and leg have just lit up. You can see that, and I do not put that down to settling period or vibrations or anything like that. Thank you very much, Spirit, if that was you. Can you do it again? Because, I mean, you've seen that the arm and leg haven't lit up at all, really, have they, during the investigations? And I've not really moved. Burn. I mean, I was just saying about how I poured wax over my fingers and moving that candle. So, but it didn't burn. Didn't burn, Spirit. Can you show yourself in the mirror? Maybe that's why the bell lit up, because I did say, can you show yourself in the mirror, and then everything just lit up. Can you make the bell light up again? seeing anything in the mirror. I was like staring in the mirror with the candlelight, various things are gonna alter, etc. But I can't see anything. No. So that back candle's still kind of like a little bit lit. It's still going, so I won't replace it this session. But yeah, thank you very much, Spirit. If it was you who lit up both the leg and the arm of the bear at the same time, can I make the whole bear light up? And again, like Gary. But again, it's like I say about paranormal thriving on coincidence. It said go forward, I went forward, the bear lit up. You know? It's one of them ones like, again, the bear lit up. Thank you very much, Spirit, if that is you who lit up the bear. Colin? You said Colin before. Hello, Colin, if you're here. And again, you can see on the night vision camera, I've not really moved a great deal. And also you can sync up the audio to see, thank you very much if that is you light up the bear again. Granted, I did just do this, but you know. Can you light it up again, Spirit? Like I say, you can see the audio on the camera, you can see me on the camera, you can hear the audio on the live. If you wanted to see how much I'm moving when the bear is lit up, you can sync up the audio and watch the footage as you can see the bear. But yeah, I'm not particularly close to the bear. I haven't moved the time it just went off then. I've not moved the bear. There is no settling period at this point in the investigation. It's been like an hour since the bear last lit up. So thank you very much for it. If that was you who lit up the bear, Stuart, it's not saying a ton of names. If it was you who lit up the bear, can you light up again? I just even lit up the leg that previous investigations have been like, oh, that's the sensitive leg, light up that one. It's lit up to the right arm, so the arm closest to me, which again, you'd think that the arms aren't going to go off easily from vibrations.
Let's play a game.
Let's play a game, or at least, you know, if it was vibrations, that sensitive leg beneath that arm would have gone off, right? We can play a game if you want, Spirit. What game would you like to play? Because I'm still going to be chatting to you for like another 10 minutes. And if you keep the bear lighting up, I will gladly stay here for longer and chat with you. Right, well, that candle's gone out. The bear might light up now, so just put my hand down beside the bear. Yeah, so I would say activity is picking up at this point with the bear going off, because this is what I expect. Like I said though, it's the same battery I've used for 10 days, but it's one of those where it's like, the bear hasn't been lighting up though, so will the battery be drained? The bear, you've seen how much the bear's lit up on the Facebook Live. It's not. Will just having the battery in the bear, without it lighting up, will that drain the battery? I don't think it would. I think that's going to be taking no power at all from that battery. So it's suddenly lighting up now. I'm like, yeah, it's been in for 10 days, but I've been on, like, removing the battery after each session. Kid. Again, it's saying the narrative of children. So again, narrative of children is happening. If you're a child, please light up the bear. But confirm it for me. Because like I say, maybe that's what it was doing. Earlier on I said light up the bear is the best way of confirming if what you're saying to it is accurate. And now suddenly the bear's lighting up. Maybe it's just taking a good like half hour for it to do it.
I'm really here.
I'm really here. I believe that, Spirit. Look, again, I've just said about how the bear might have lit up, because earlier on I said to confirm you're here, light up the bear. Boom, I'm really here. how do you explain all of this session if the app can't hear you? It's a random word generator. That's what people would be saying. But it has happened time after time after time after time in this investigation in particular, where it has said a direct response to what I've been saying. Because that is direct. When I'm saying about how I said earlier on, life of the bear to confirm it, I'm really here. Yeah, I believe that, Spirit. A lot of people have just been saying, it's coincidence, it's coincidence, it's a coincidence. How many coincidences does it take to make a pattern? You know? This investigation, I think, is showing that. I think that this is good. I mean, yeah, the bears lit up a couple of times. The balls have not done anything as far as I'm aware. But as far as these lists go, the lists are the investigation, as far as I'm concerned. That is solid. Any device, any bit of technology, stay. Again, it said that after me saying, oh, I'll talk a little bit longer, kind of thing. I mean, it's a bit of time to pass. It's not quite as direct. I will gladly stay and talk for as long as you're talking, Spirit. As long as you light up the bear, as long as you're talking in this way where it's direct response, I will gladly stay here and talk to you. But yeah, like I was saying, this is the investigation, the wordless. Any technology you use, the bear, the balls, a REM pod, Alice box, anything like that, then anything like that, I'm getting messages on Facebook, anything like that, you know, you look at it and you can criticise it. You can be like,
did you hear me?
I didn't hear you, Spirit, no. If you're referring to on here, yeah, absolutely. I'm hearing everything you're saying on this device. I'm hearing everything. With you saying I'm really here and stay, I am hearing that. But yeah, but with any kind of device, you have a skeptical argument of it's the batteries that are being drained, like the battery's going, or the technology is malfunctioning in some way, it's not working as it should be, etc. I'm really hoping that I have actually pressed record. I think I've pressed record on the thing. Because this, like I say, yeah, I think I can see that light flashing. As I say, this is just phenomenal with what it's been saying. This is one of the best investigations I've done regarding what I'm saying and Spirit Talker replying to me or saying relevant things to what I'm talking about. Which is why I'm seeming really awake and excited, because the past few investigations have probably seemed really asleep. But yeah, so maybe it's like 8 o'clock is the ideal time here, not 3 in the morning. But yeah, but like I say, devices, you have that skeptical argument of something could be broken. With Spirit Talker, there is no skeptical argument. The skeptical argument is it's a random word. Sleeping. I was just saying about... Again, I just made a comment about the past few sessions, how I seemed like I was asleep. This says sleeping. Or I was saying about how perhaps 8 o'clock is the time and not 3 in the morning. This says sleeping. Maybe the spirits are sleeping at 3 in the morning here. Maybe 8 o'clock is the time where they're most active here in this location. You know? It could be that. This could be why I'm having such an amazing word list today. And I've got it on camera and on audio and things. You can see the conversation. And this is what I like about Spirit Talker. The skeptical argument is it's a random word generator, or the skeptical argument is it hears you. The past 10 sessions, there's been no evidence to suggest it listens to you, right? My uncle's looked at it. He said there's no way it listens to you. It can't do that. So then the skeptical fallback is it's just spitting out words randomly, right? how many times this session have I been able to look at it and be like, this is a conversation it's having. This is saying something directly related to what I'm waffling on about. And I'm not necessarily...
I'm attached.
You're attached? I don't know whether or not that's relevant. I mean, what are you attached to, Spirit? What are you attached to? But yeah, so, like, say, like, it could be me projected. It could absolutely, that would be a skeptical argument, where it's saying words, and I'm putting onto that, oh, look, that is related to this and this and this. Like, you could argue I'm reaching and whatnot, but there have been a number of times where I've said something, and it has said something very, very similar. And if it can't hear you, what is the argument there? Beside from, it's a coincidence. There is no argument. And like I say, the paranormal thrives on coincidence. That's the sweet spot it operates in. God, everyone's messaging me now. I've just had 3 friends messaging me. Is that the Avengers Tower being leaked? Maybe. I don't know. I've got one friend who really likes Lego, and he's just messaged me a photo followed by a bunch of shocked faces, and it's like, that could very well be the Avengers Tower that's just been leaked.
They take other forms.
They take other forms? What other forms do they take, Spirit? Yeah, now the direct responses have died off a little bit. Because, like, you know, I was saying, it started saying, like, maybe it's day 10. Maybe that's the... Maybe it takes 10 days, and then you get a step up in activity. You know? Because after session 10, there was a lot of coincidences happening in that day. Where I was like, that seems a bit iffy. And now we're past that point.
It was conjured.
It was conjured. Interesting. Very interesting. What was conjured? Can you be more specific, Spirit? Could be referring to just the activity was conjured. You know? It could just be referring to that. Because, you know, just it's saying it doesn't necessarily refer to an entity. It could just be referring to particular activity that was increasing. Because again, I was just talking about how there was a particularly weird day with a bunch of coincidences. Are you referring to the coincidences that were conjured? You know? Again, that is me reaching, but you can see there's a bit of a thread there. Maybe the spirits here are just getting used to the app. Maybe it takes 10 days for them to get used to it. You know, if this continues, like, because, like I say, like, day 20, things are going to get a bit weird regarding whether or not I can investigate. But up to that point, it'll be interesting to see if and how it ramps up if it does. Because this is definitely a really, really interesting investigation. I will share it onto YouTube, like the night vision footage, because this, I think, is an investigation worth watching. Just for this conversation, the spirit talk stuff. It's taken like an hour, maybe half an hour to actually get there. But, you know, that was good. And we're just past an hour now. Right, I'm going to do my usual thing, which I've been doing every single session, where I close my eyes for the space of 3 words. So I'll let it say 3 words with me being completely quiet with my eyes closed.
Run now.
Run now. See, that sounds right, but at the same time, I did just say it's been an hour, investigation's pretty much over, kind of thing. So with it saying run now, that is like an old way of saying, oh, run along now. You know? Just be like, oh, you can go. That's the impression I'm getting from it. Not run now as in, it's scary, leg it. But like a run along now kind of thing. But yeah, so I'm going to be quiet for the space, 3 words, spirit. Please in that time, light up the bell, light up the balls, make noises, do whatever you please kind of thing. And I'll just be quiet for the space of 3 words, okay?
Covered. See me. They will harm you.
Okay, that was 3 words. That was quite a quick 3 words. Cupboard, see me, and they will harm you. Very, very interesting point to mention is saying see me while my eyes are closed. Did it, maybe the spirit wanted me to keep my eyes open? So it was like, no, I want you to see me. Don't close your eyes. That's the impression I got from that. And again, coincidental timing. When I close my eyes, it's saying something regarding seeing. Because it happened the other day, I'm pretty sure, where it said something. Oh yeah, it said something about speaking, didn't it? The other day, I stopped speaking, closed my eyes, and in that gap, it said something about talking, or something about speaking. It said like keep speaking, something like that. I'm pretty sure, or who stopped talking, something like that. So interesting. Again, similar thing. Close my eyes, and then it says "see me" as one of those 3 words. And the reason why I keep it to 3 words is just because then it doesn't go on for too long. Like 3 words is substantial, but it's not too long to then be like, oh, you're just waiting for it to say something like that. It gives a very small window of actually saying something coincidental like "see me." Okay, that's cool. Right, I'll let you say 2 more words, Spirit, just to give you a fair chance, because it might already be saying one of the words. Can you say goodbye on the app? Obviously, I'm not going to say goodbye on the board. I'm not going to take the planchette off. But can you say goodbye to me on the app, Spirit? Because I feel like out of all the days,
Who's talking?
who's talking? It is me that is talking. It is me. My name is Daniel. But yeah, if you can say goodbye on the Spirit Talker app, that'll be fantastic. Because out of all the responses you've given, oh, another candle's just gone out. Out of all the responses you've given to what I've been saying goodbye will be fantastic. And I feel like today could be the day you do that, because of how spot on that's been. And that will really just make the session, won't it, if it then does say it. So can you say goodbye? Or something relating to goodbye, I mean, I'm still going to stay here. Just want you to say that, I'm still going to be here. Importantly, to know as well, I've not been overly itchy today. Because that's something that's been happening in investigations. But, I've itched like occasionally, but nothing where I've been like, notably like, oh my god, I'm so itchy. So can you say goodbye, Spirit? Through the device here? Or good night, something like that? Come on, can you say that? I'm pretty sure you've said it before. Like goodbye, good night, farewell, anything like that,
Walker.
Okay, it's just said Walker. Alright, Spirit. We'll call it a night. Well, for now. I will do an investigation 3 in the morning, so about 6 hours from now, 5-6 hours. Yeah, 5.5 hours I think it is. So I'll stop that, because that is a good list. That is a very good list. Right, and I'll switch on the light. There we go. Yeah, thank you very much, Spirit. Thank you very much. Because that was a good session. I'm going to quickly take out the battery from the bear as well, just so then nothing happens. And then I'll flip this round so I can actually see if I'm in shot. There we go. Okay, that was a really good session. Also saying goodbye to YouTube first before Facebook, just in case any noises or anything like that would happen on the live stream, anything fall down, etc. That way it's still live after this comes, so it still captures stuff. But yeah, that was a brilliant session. That was really good. Like the best Spirit Talker session I've probably ever done. Which I know people who who like to see the bear, the balls, various other bits of equipment lighting up and making noise probably won't find the same amount of excitement as I do from the Spirit Talker app. Especially if you've had experiences with Spirit Talker app and you're like, oh, I think it's fake, or you just don't like those kinds of apps. But there's a lot of coincidences that happened in this particular session. A lot of them. Like, a lot. So many. And obviously all the audio is captured on this camera as well as the live stream. And like I say, you can't see on here the bear lighting up, unfortunately, because it is out of shot. But you can on the Facebook Live. And like I say, the purpose of this camera is to link up audio. Well, the purpose of that camera even is to link up audio and things and to capture the bear and things like that. So, yeah, so it's been a good session. And like I said, the bear even lit up a couple of times where I'm like, you know what, that's a bit beyond the settling period. So hopefully this means that things are going to ramp up from now. Like I said, after that 10th investigation, things did maybe kick up a notch because of the weird day I had. So maybe this is a sign for things going forwards with the 28-day cycle. Maybe there is legitimately something to the 28-day cycle. It's getting exciting, so hopefully this is a sign of things to come. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye on YouTube. There we go. So that is off. I'm going to say goodbye on the Facebook Live now. Yeah, amazing audio was captured on the live, quite frankly, from that. I mean, you can see how excited I am from the Spirit Talker responses. Granted, you can't see anything on the Facebook Live, but as I told the YouTube camera, this is why I do live, because then, as I even put out a post about it saying the point of the live isn't for you to see anything aside the bear lighting up. It is more to capture the audio in a live setting, so that then when watching the night vision, you can't be like, oh, you've edited stuff, you've put things over things. Because it's like on the night vision camera with the Spirit Talker saying what it was saying, you could very easily say, oh, I've typed up that list and I've put audio over the recording for it to seem like it's saying that, etc. Because you can't see it. I'm waffling on now. But yeah, because you can't properly see it over there. You just see little bits. So you could say that for the night vision footage, but with this, it's live. You can't really fake a live stream. So, that's why this goes. And that was a really good investigation. Obviously, not much happened. The bear lit up a couple of times, which you saw. It's the responses Spirit Talker was giving. That's where I'm impressed. That's where I'm very impressed. So thank you very much for watching. I will be streaming again in like I said, about 5.5 hours time, 3 in the morning, just to do tomorrow's stream. Although the fact that this was an amazing session kind of makes me want to stream every day at 8 o'clock, because that's a good time, potentially. So yeah, we'll see. Although my mum is in this weekend, so I can't really do any investigations, between 6 p.m. and 10 or 11 p.m. So yeah, so 3 in the morning investigation. Should be like that for the next couple of days. I'm very excited for it. I will push it a little bit more because I know I didn't this stream. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching and goodbye. I didn't even press the finish button then.